Reading quotes in life lessons is like delving into the profound thoughts of great philosophers throughout history. These carefully selected aphorisms can offer invaluable insights and help us navigate through the complexities of life. And who better to guide us than the brilliant and influential philosopher, Bertrand Russell?
When the intensity of emotional conviction subsides, a man who is in the habit of reasoning will search for logical grounds in favor of the belief which he finds in himself.
This quote highlights the importance of critical thinking and rationality in forming our beliefs. It encourages us to question our emotional convictions and seek logical justifications for our beliefs.
A truer image of the world, I think, is obtained by picturing things as entering into the stream of time from an eternal world outside, than from a view which regards time as the devouring tyrant of all that is.
This quote encourages us to perceive the world from a different perspective, suggesting that time is not a destructive force but rather a gateway to an eternal existence beyond our comprehension.
Those who forget good and evil and seek only to know the facts are more likely to achieve good than those who view the world through the distorting medium of their own desires.
This quote emphasizes the importance of objectivity and a balanced perspective when seeking to make positive changes in the world. It suggests that by focusing on facts rather than personal biases, we are more likely to achieve positive outcomes.
A life devoted to science is therefore a happy life, and its happiness is derived from the very best sources that are open to dwellers on this troubled and passionate planet.
This quote encourages us to embrace a life dedicated to science, as it promises happiness and fulfillment. It suggests that science provides us with the tools and knowledge to navigate the complexities of our world and find true joy.
The scientific attitude of mind involves a sweeping away of all other desires in the interests of the desire to know.
This quote encourages a single-minded focus on the pursuit of knowledge, suggesting that by setting aside all other desires, we can fully immerse ourselves in the quest for understanding.
Every great study is not only an end in itself, but also a means of creating and sustaining a lofty habit of mind.
This statement emphasizes the importance of education as a tool for developing and maintaining a positive and elevated mindset, suggesting that the pursuit of knowledge is not just a goal but a way of life.
Ethics is in origin the art of recommending to others the sacrifices required for cooperation with oneself.
This quote offers a thought-provoking perspective on ethics, emphasizing the importance of self-sacrifice and cooperation in order to achieve harmonious relationships with others.
Many of the actions by which men have become rich are far more harmful to the community than the obscure crimes of poor men, yet they go unpunished because they do not interfere with the existing order.
This quote sheds light on the unjust nature of the existing social structure, where the privileged are able to get away with actions that harm the community, while the less fortunate face consequences for their crimes.
In art, the Chinese aim at being exquisite, and in life at being reasonable.
This quote reflects the Chinese philosophy of valuing beauty and reason in both artistic endeavors and everyday life. It suggests a balanced approach to living, where aesthetics and rationality coexist harmoniously.
The supreme maxim in scientific philosophizing is this: wherever possible, logical constructions are to be substituted for inferred entities.
This quote suggests that in scientific reasoning, it is preferable to rely on logical constructions rather than making assumptions about entities that cannot be directly observed or proven.
No one gossips about other people's secret virtues.
This quote reminds us that people tend to focus more on negative aspects or flaws of others rather than appreciating their positive qualities. It highlights the tendency of human nature to engage in gossip and intrigue.
An irrational fear should never be simply let alone, but should be gradually overcome by familiarity with its fainter forms.
This quote encourages us to confront and conquer our fears by gradually exposing ourselves to less intense versions of them. It suggests that avoidance only perpetuates irrational fear, and that the path to overcoming it lies in familiarity and understanding.
A spoken word is a process in the physical world, having an essential time order. A written word is a series of pieces of matter, having an essential space order.
This sentence highlights the difference between spoken and written language, emphasizing the importance of considering the context and medium in which words are expressed.
Our words tend to conceal what is private and particular in our impressions, and to make us believe that different people live in a common world to a greater extent than is in fact the case.
This quote highlights the inherent limitations of language and communication, reminding us that our individual experiences and perspectives shape our understanding of the world around us.
The tendency of our perceptions is to emphasize increasingly the objective elements in an impression, unless we have some special reason, as artists have, for doing the opposite.
This quote highlights the way our perceptions tend to focus on the objective aspects of an impression, unless there is a specific purpose, such as in the case of artists who intentionally emphasize subjective elements.